Hey guys, this is your Premier League Enthusiast here, and today I'm going to be going over my personal predictions for the first match week of the 2016-2017 season. I would like to make a shout out really quickly. I want to thank Predictor, the BBC Predictor. That's what I'm using right here. So if you guys want to check that out, make your own predictions, you can also go ahead and do that. Anyway, first game, Hull City, Leicester City. Hull City were promoted to the Premier League via the playoff winning spot. They won the playoffs. They won, I believe, against Sheffield Wednesday with a 1-0 win. A goal by Mohamed Diame, who is now playing at Newcastle, who was transferred by Hull City. Hull City finished in 4th in the championship and they were promoted. Leicester City, on the other hand, were the Premier League champions. I don't see them having too much problems with this game, so here's my prediction. I see this as a 2-1 win for Leicester. I'm going to go with 2 goals by Riyad Mahrez and 1 goal by Abdel Hernandez for Hull City. Well, moving on to the next game. So the next game is Burnley versus Swansea City. Burnley won the championship with 93 points, finishing in first with a 3-0 win against Charlton. Oh gosh, that's a hard thing to say quickly. Charlton Athletic on the last day of the season to secure the title and secure promotion. Swansea City finished in 12th last season in the Premier League after kind of a struggle of a season in the first half. But the second half they did, well, struggle, a struggle in both the first half and maybe half of the second half. I know it sounds kind of weird, but yes. And then at the end of the season they got a little bit better, finishing in 12th. But anyway, here's my prediction. I think Swansea will be 2-0 winners against Burnley, especially with their new attacking signings. Swansea will be a very attacking side this season, and I think they will do quite well in this game. So the next game is Crystal Palace versus West Bromwich Albion. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Crystal Palace. I think they're going to do quite well in this game and in the season. West Brom, I think they'll struggle, but hey, you never know. The next game is Everton versus Tottenham. Now, originally when I was thinking about this game, I thought a draw would suffice, but then when I realized that the Everton manager has personally come out and spoken on the fitness of his team, I think Everton will struggle a little bit in this game. So my prediction is going to show that. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham will have it too easy because Everton have made quite a couple. They've made a couple good signings in this transfer window, but I still think that Tottenham will be semi-comfortable. Notice how I say semi-comfortable. 2-0 winners against Everton. The next game is Middlesbrough versus Stoke. Middlesbrough were promoted to the Premier League, finishing 2nd in the Championship, and they've been very active during this transfer window. And Stoke haven't been too active during this transfer window, but they did finish 9th in the Premier League last season. I think this will be one of the most entertaining games during this first match week, and I think the score somewhat reflects that too. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And I think it'll kind of give both teams a good kickstart for the season. Okay, the next game is Southampton versus Watford. Watford were promoted back to the Premier League last season, and they finished comfortably in 13th, and Southampton finished very well in 6th place last season. I think this is going to be a simple 2-0 win for Southampton. Alright, the next game and the last game for Saturday is Manchester City versus Sunderland. City have brought in a multitude of players and have also brought in Pep Guardiola. And Sunderland, they've brought in David Moyes from Real Sociedad, and they've also brought in a couple of great defenders, most notably the Manchester United duo, Donald Love and Paddy McNair. So I think Sunderland will do better this season, and Manchester City will do very well this season. This is one of the more high-scoring matches, I think. I think it will be a 4-2 win for Manchester City. I think City have a very good attacking power, and Sunderland have a good defensive power. But I think this game will be an indicator for Sunderland to work on that a little bit. 4-2 win for Man City. Now moving on to Sunday is AFC Bournemouth versus Man United and Arsenal Liverpool. Arsenal Liverpool being a very interesting game and arguably the best game of the first match week. So I'm going to start with Bournemouth Man United. Bournemouth have brought in Jordan Ibe from Liverpool, and Man United have brought in a multitude of players, including Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Henrik Mkhitaryan. So let's go to that prediction. I'm going with a 3-1 win with Man United. I think their attacking power would be a bit too strong for Bournemouth. And Arsenal-Liverpool, I think this is going to be a very entertaining game, but not too many goals in it. So let's see my prediction. I'm going with a 1-1 draw for Arsenal versus Liverpool. And the final game of this first match week is Chelsea versus West Ham United. Another very good game in this first week. So, let's see my prediction. I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Very entertaining 2-2 draw. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys agree with my predictions. And if you don't, just leave them in the comments below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.